Welcome to the Joyrific podcast. You are Jimmy, my brother.
And it's good to be here with you, Jamie, my sister.
So anytime I'm on the phone, well, no,
No,
how?
it's with your kids.
No, it's Garth. Anytime Garth is on the phone with one of my brothers, he says, I'm on the phone with Jimmy. And I say, Jimmy, my brother? And I didn't know that I say it every time.
Every time.
Every time. So now it's turned into this thing that my kids will say, like, Jimmy, your brother. Instead of Uncle Jimmy, it's Jimmy, your brother, or Eric, your brother, or Robert, your brother. And I don't know why it's just like so crazy that like I see Garth talking and he says it's so unexpected that my husband is talking to one of my brothers and they're not talking to me. So I think that that's where
How dare ye?
how rude.
That's a mom move too. Mom says the same
Yes.
thing. When you call and talk to dad, that's okay. But if you don't ask to talk to me, you're out of the will,
You are in deep doo doo.
right?
Yes.
Uh,
So, Jimmy, my brother, I'm going to have you introduce yourself, kind of tell what you do professionally, and then tell us the word that you picked for this podcast episode.
Okay, my name is Jimmy Lee. I am a CSP, and this is brand new. I'm still getting used to the Jimmy Lee, CSP, Certified Speaking Professional. That means that in the last 10 years, I've given over 250 presentations and to audiences of 25 or more. And it's a really big deal. There are 570 CSPs in the world right now. There's only 570. And
You're in the top of the world.
I guess, thank you. Top of the world. So if you do a Google search or a chat GPT and you ask how many professional speakers are there globally, when I did it, chat told me there's 40 to 50,000 professional speakers in the world right now. So at
Wow.
570, it's a pretty elite group
You're in the
of
top of the
speakers.
top.
Yes.
And you're the oldest, you're my oldest brother. So, like, you are on a pedestal that is very high.
Oh, well, don't put me on a pedestal.
Yes.
I put my pants on one leg at a time, just like everybody else. I know you think I jump in the air
Yeah.
and it's both legs at the same time. No, no, no. It's one leg at a time.
What?
There's no mask, there's no super cape. No capes.
No, I remember, so this is a long time ago, when you had a bed in the big boys' room out in like the converted garage, and
Raja.
you would make me a special little like cave under your bed, and I would hang out there all the time. All the time. You were probably 16, 15,
Probably, yeah.
16.
16, 17, 18 when we lived in Duneville.
Yeah.
And then I went off to college.
Yeah. And the other thing that I realized the other day, because now I have my oldest that's gone off to college,
Yep.
the impact it has on her sibling that's 11 years younger than her, it it's a big impact. And I don't think I ever recognized that. And the disruption of the family dynamic as it starts to grow, it
Yep.
gets complicated and it's hard. We miss her. I have this like pain in my stomach. And I'm like, oh, I think I'm sick. I think I'm just sad.
Maybe you're hungry.
Oh, that's
And
true.
Grandma Jay would ask you, when's the last time you pooped?
That's true.
Are you drinking water?
That's so true. Okay, back to our word.
All right. So back to the introduction. So that is me professionally as a speaker, but then I am also the vice president of business development at the Institute for Automotive Business Excellence. And we help shop owners to become better businessmen and women. They have high technical skills. They know how to change oil and they turn wrenches and they can talk to cars talk to them, but they lack business acumen. So our coaches, our training, our service advisor program, manager program, owner program, mastermind program, mergers and acquisitions, high performance groups, this all helps them to operate at a much higher level, higher performance. When you're amongst peers and you're able to measure what you're doing, you can now manage it and become better. We have one shop right now that is in the $1 million net profit club.
Wow. Wow. And how long have they been part of your program?
Years, 6 years.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, up in Denver, up in the Denver area.
So you've seen their growth over the time that you've been there.
Yes, and in fact, he's a coach with us right now as well. He
Oh,
has
neat.
6, 7, 8, 10, 11 shops. I'm not over the coaches, so I don't know exactly how many he is coaching. I know it's more than one and it's less than 20.
Nice.
And he's operating his shop. He's a diesel repair shop, diesel pickup trucks specifically, not into the semi trucks, the Class 8,
Mm.
the big box trucks. It's more of the anywhere from a F-250 Ford truck up to a 650, even a 5500, but not necessarily the big across the road long haul semi trucks.
Mm.
That's
Mhm.
that's not his jam. There's a lot of other people that do that, and we do coach them as well at the institute to help them be better.
That's awesome. So your CSP was just awarded to you.
Yes, in fact, it was 2 weeks ago yesterday.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
And I do actually know that you got denied one time.
I did. We failed the first year, so there's three phases you have to go through. Phase one is submitting your 250. My list was 435 that I had presented in the last 10 years, and those were 435 I could prove.
Mm.
I couldn't prove all of them because I didn't have a record of all of them. I wasn't following this path to follow this path. I was presenting to educate and help the industry.
Hmm.
Going back through photo albums on my cell phone and like, oh, where was that picture taken? Oh, Richmond, Virginia. Yeah, I remember Richmond, Virginia. Yeah, that, and Mike's in charge of that conference. Mike Ellsworth. Okay, and I have his phone number, and you're looking it up in your cell phone. It took me like 6 months worth
Wow.
to get this to phase one. Phase two is 20 people on your list that will recommend you as a speaker.
Mm.
Of course, I'm going to stack the deck. I picked out 45. I warned them, this is coming. When it comes through, you've got 3 hours to respond. Make it happen.
It was really 3 hours?
No, they have 2 weeks.
Oh,
So, but within 12 hours, I had my 20 and it was done. And yes, I
wow.
told them you've got 3 hours.
That's awesome.
Because I wanted to get it
Move
through. I
on.
wanted that.
Yeah.
I don't want to wait in 2 weeks. There's so much more time. So and then phase three is submitting your video. So this whole process is build a ship, push it in the bay, and hope it floats. Well, my phase three failed. I had a cell phone set up in the corner of the room. The lighting wasn't very good. I was mic'd. The audience was not. You couldn't see
Mm.
all of the audience. You could only see a couple people, and somebody's there rifling through her purse, and she doesn't care about the automotive industry. She's there because her husband owns a shop, and
Mm.
you know, so it looks like she's not engaged and she's not interested
Mm.
because she's not.
Right.
And somebody else is there swiping through on their cell phone. So yeah, you
It
saw the
was
two
just the
that were
camera
in that, but
angle.
you didn't see the 19 that were
Yeah.
there engaged and asking questions. So when they would ask a question, I looked like a deer standing in at staring at the headlights, like they didn't hear the question.
Oh,
So
oh, oh, oh.
so when you're submitting for your CSP, you want to definitely put forward your best work.
Mm.
So this year, as I'm talking to other CSPs, I got a lot of advice on how to do it, what to do, what's a good presentation to be able to present and to submit. So I did a webinar. We
Mm.
had 59, 57, 52, 50 something on this webinar.
Mm-hmm.
It was a live webinar. We did it in conjunction with a point of sale system in the automotive industry, RO Writer, and it was a phenomenal webinar. So that was my submission. And lo and behold, this year we passed phase three. Phase four, it goes in front of the board, and they give you the thumbs up or thumbs down, like gladiators.
Wow.
And I got all thumbs up, so
Yay.
shoo, off to the races. So
That's awesome. Now,
yeah.
what are you going to do with this?
So like any alphabet soup you've got after your name, it's only worth what you do with it. So I need to get the word out there. I have to personally market myself to get myself out there to let other people know that I am one of 570 that is a CSP. Just like if you get your master's degree or if you're a doctor, if nobody knows,
It doesn't
nobody knows.
help. Yeah.
No, so you've got to market yourself. Even you're a chiropractor or a dentist, it doesn't do any good if you don't get yourself out there and get known. So right now we're putting ourselves out there on a lot of different platforms, a lot of different areas, and hopefully it
You're
continues to grow
yeah, you're gonna
and it
coast
continues to
into
prosper.
retirement and like go tour the world and speak
Yeah,
on
yeah,
all the awesomeness.
yeah. Well, and you know what's interesting? I hear that traveling globally is not as um, interesting as you think. Uh, Traveling domestically and speaking is really where you want to be. And why not? There's so much to see here domestically, anyways.
Yeah.
I would love to go internationally. I don't speak French. I don't speak Italian. I don't speak Czechoslovakian. I don't speak Russian or Chinese or Japanese. So I'm stricken to those America or English speaking realms.
Yeah. Do you know that Garth Wynn spoke in Mexico
How
and
do you do?
he started in Spanish and he thought he was doing pretty good and like 3 minutes into it somebody raised their hand and was like, "Can you please give this in English?" And he was like, "Yeah." So, yeah. Even though he does speak Spanish, they did not want to hear any tech advice from him in
In Spanish.
Spanish. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. I would, yeah, that would be tough.
Yeah. Yeah. So the word that you picked for us.
The word we've picked is be better. And I've been thinking a lot about this because you want to be better. Everybody wants to be better. At least I hope you do. I don't think your feet hit the ground this morning and you thought, yes, someone come in second place.
I'm gonna do terrible.
You want to be better. You want to be better today than you were yesterday. So what are you doing? What are those small little habits that you have that you do every day that are those wins that help you to be better today than you were yesterday? Is it every morning when you wake up, you make your bed? There's a win. Is it every morning when you wake up, you put your clothes in the laundry basket? There's a win. You brush your teeth. There's a win. You shower. There's a win. You have all these wins that can happen for you during the day. Great. The confidence is built. You know you have all these wins. Now your winning attitude carries over into the other areas of your life. So where do you want to focus that win attitude for the rest of your days? Where is that 1% that you're going to be better today than you were yesterday?
Yeah. And
What is it? What are you going to do? And 1% is 15 minutes. 1% of today is only 15 minutes.
oh, really? I haven't done that math. I like that.
I think it's actually 17 minutes, but we'll call it
We'll
15.
round it.
15
Um,
is easy,
so
easy number.
I knew that you were going to bring up the 1%. So I looked up Sir Dave Brailsford. Brailsford. Do you know that story of
Uh-uh.
the
No.
oh, the British. So the British cycling team had not won a Tour de France for 110 years. They actually had biking brands that would not sell to the Brits because they didn't want to have their name tarnished. It was really bad.
Wow.
So, what happened is in 2003, this new coach came on, and the new coach, his, because they'd had a lot of different coaches that would come on and try and like change what it is that they were doing for a cycling team overnight, like rehaul everything. And this coach, he called it the aggregation of marginal gains. I swear you've heard this. I looked it up because you told me. So,
Okay.
so he talks about they broke it down and improved 1% of anything that they were doing, anything with the bike, like how they were just they broke it down all and just improved 1%. And if you do that by the end of the year, you're 37 times better. If you
37 times better. Oh, I love that.
because of the exponential that it the all the 1% continue to add up. and then
Hmm.
that continues to increase. So in the 20 years that this guy was their coach, and he may still be the coach, they the Brit the British team won 6 times, and there had been 110-year no winning. So they won 6 times, and at the Tokyo Olympics, the British team got the most gold medals in cycling. And
Oh,
it's
wow.
all because of this. He calls it the aggregation of marginal gains, or this 1% improvement.
Oh, I love it.
I think
Yeah,
it's
that
awesome.
is very cool.
And I like that you brought in that it's 17 or 15 to 17 minutes a day. I've never thought of that. That being the 1%. Like if I could just focus on those couple of minutes.
Yeah. If for 15 minutes, what can you do for 15 minutes that's going to make you better today than you were yesterday?
Yeah. So what do you do? I assume you do this in your life.
I'm meditating, I'm thinking, what are my tasks? What do I need to do? How can I help my team improve? How can I help myself improve? Where do I need to put my effort and energy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I love this. So for the highlight reel, we're going to pull out a couple of the bullet points that we talk about because
Okay.
we are going to have a long deep dive conversation. And then at some point, we're going to stop and linger longer for those that want to stay longer because I just love talking to my brother Jimmy. So we'll have a linger longer episode, but for the teenagers that are going to be listening to this, because that's kind of my audience, is these teenage adult children that have gone into the world and are becoming who they want to become. The highlights that we have are improve 1% better, which may be just 15 to 17 minutes a day.
Hmm.
And then the next key point that we're going to talk about is your the teamwork aspect.
The teamwork aspect, yes.
Tell us
The
about it.
teamwork. Well, the teamwork starts with the march of the I's. So there's no I in team, but there's also no I in suck, and there's no I in lose, and there's no I in loser.
But there's I and win.
There is I in win, and there's two I's in winning, which is
Ooh,
individual. Ooh, what's the second I? In,
improvement.
individual. Shoot. Now I'm embarrassed. I forgot the second I. Individual input.
Oh, there we go.
So your individual input, what are you doing? It blew my mind the other day thinking about baseball. Baseball's a one-on-one game. It's not a team game. It's a one-on-one. Only one person can have the ball at a time. It's the pitcher that has the ball. Pitcher throws the ball, and now it transfers to the batter. The batter has a fraction of a second to swing and either connect or miss, and now it's the catcher.
Mm,
The majority of a baseball game is an individual sport.
wow. Which you actually know a lot
What?
about baseball because,
No, I don't. I'm learning.
all right,
I know nothing of baseball. My son plays baseball, and I thoroughly enjoy watching him play baseball. And to try and watch baseball without him playing is not a thing I enjoy unless he's sitting next to me and we're enjoying it together. Like Garth talking about Pokemon.
oh, that's awesome.
Yes, I will. I am learning the game of baseball.
And you're
Very
learning, like it really is an individual input game.
well. Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, it's where the ball is.
Hmm.
The
Yeah.
whole game of baseball is an individual. I have seen entire innings where it was the pitcher, three batters, and a catcher. The rest of the team could have taken the day off.
But they still get a full snow cone.
They still get a full snow cone at the end of the day. They get that grape snow cone.
Great flavor.
Yeah. So the individual
You're saying,
input that
and that's
you
because
have.
it goes like from catcher to pitcher to catcher to pitcher, and then they hit a home run. And then they take,
No,
oh no.
no, JD, he would strike him out.
Oh, because he's the pitcher, he'd strike him
Yeah.
out. So
Yeah.
three, oh, I see, I see. See, I don't know much about sports ball. So JD would pitch,
Sports
strike,
units.
strike them all out, and then
Yeah.
that's the ending?
That's the end of their inning. Now they get to come up to bat.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
And so
JD,
when the both teams have had the opportunity to bat,
yes.
that's an inning.
Okay, okay.
And usually you have 7 to 9 innings, seven depending on how young you are. Some of them are by time period, so it might only be 5 innings and they call the game. When you get into high school range, it's usually 7 innings. When you get into the state championship, it's usually 9 innings. Most professional, most minor league, major league baseball is 9 innings.
Okay.
Or is tied, and they have an agreement that they're not going to end the game in a tie. It has to end with a clear winner.
Okay.
So back to our eyes.
Yes.
In this individual input that you have for this winning team, because teams win and teams lose. Why do they win? Why do they lose? The individual input, the input of the individual. So their input is what makes the difference. So into the march of the eyes, because you think you can do it all by yourself,
Mm.
but you can't.
Mm-hmm.
You really can't. There, there's too much happening in life to do it by yourself. If you want to end your journey quick, go by yourself and just take care of yourself and you just go.
Mm.
If you want to enjoy the journey, take a team,
Mm.
take people with you. So in this march of the eyes, it's going to start first with an introspection and inquiry into your thoughts, process, procedures. What got you into this position? What's going to get you out of this position? And I'm approaching this more from a business owner point of view, but
Mm.
it's applicable to every aspect of life, no
Mm.
matter where you are in life, in elementary school, in middle school, in high school, in college, in your marriage, in raising children. Where are you? What happened? Introspection. Then you need to gather information. What do I need to do to change my current circumstance, my current position?
Mm.
Information. You've got to gather information. Where do you gather information from? From other people, from peers, from trusted sources, from the internet, from conferences, trade shows, doctors, counselors, people who are professionals that can help guide you and uplift you in these different areas.
Mm-hmm.
Totally agree.
I,
Information.
so, well,
Go
and
ahead.
like taking that right into the joyrific chart that we teach the 3-year-olds, right? Like that's where you
Mhm.
start with the joyrific chart is only you can move your magnet. And like taking that ownership and recognizing that it's you, right? Like you get to move your magnet and that input. And then if you don't have your ears on, what's going on? And you go down and you look at that caution sign. And is it physical function? Is it sleep patterns? Is it food and nutrition? Is there expectations or attention that you need? Like all of that is what you're describing here. This like information input to then and be introspective about it. And in joyrific terms, we call that QT time, where you're quietly thinking, and and whether you're quietly thinking by yourself or you're quietly thinking with a professional or with a parent or a sibling or whoever it is,
Or journaling.
or journaling. Yes, yes, and and I love that. So gathering that input.
Gathering the information, the input, and it's coming from others, trusted sources, conferences, trade shows, books you read,
Yeah.
it might be, a series or a documentary that you watch on television that really helps you to open your mind and think more.
Yeah, well, and I would even say like different experiences that you have, like go out so that you can have more input in your
Yeah.
life. So don't just stay in your apartment and keep your door closed, right? Like go out in the common area, go out on campus, go out and take a different route to school or take a different route to work or eat at a different place. Like all of that gives more input abilities.
Absolutely. Get out of your normal, get out of your rut. And not that life is a rut, but just change things up.
Yeah.
Try something new, try something different, be exposed to a different something. So 3 and 4 here are interchangeable. They go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and they have to. They
Okay.
really do. So we'll talk about number 3 being first inspiration. So now that you've asked all these questions, you have all this information, you have all this experience and all this knowledge. Now it comes to I need to be inspired to number 4, implement.
Mm. So
Got
three
to
and
now go
four
implement.
is inspired and implement.
Yes.
Ooh, I
And
like
the
that.
reason I say they flop back and forth is because in your implementation, and by the way, this is where most people fail.
Mm.
They don't implement. Here, I've learned all this information. I have all this knowledge. I've been going to these conferences and trade shows for a year. I've gathered all this intel about the topic, the subject, but I'm not going to do anything about it.
Mm.
Why? Why? Well, then why did you do this? Was it for the feel good? Because these conferences and trade shows talk about things and they help you to feel good. But now it comes to implement in your own life for that long-term win, that long-term gain. Most people don't implement. They fail
Mm.
to implement. Ooh, they fail to launch. So with this implementation, it is the hard lift. This is
Mm.
where you are Cephas. This is where you are pushing that boulder up the hill all by yourself. But guess what? If you've got a team and a teamwork,
Mm.
now all of you pushing together can get that rock up that hill better, quicker, easier as
Yeah.
a team and becomes lighter. And now we lift where we stand and we're able to push this forward.
So, what do you do when you have this like paralyzing perfectionism of like, I want to do it perfectly, maybe, or make the right choice, but there's so much input that I've got. Like, where do I start? What do I do? How do you do that, or how do you advise somebody that's in that situation?
Yeah, that's an interesting that you brought that up because right now with a company that I'm aware of, there's one owner that wants to go and do. Let's build the plane while we're falling.
Mm.
And then there's the perfectionist side that says, no, 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 I want the plane tested, tried, true. It's going to fly. We know it's going to fly. We know it's going to be successful. So we've got two ends of the pendulum here,
Mm-hmm.
ends of the spectrum. What is that beautiful middle ground? There has to come a point where we need to launch it because we got bills to pay. We can't pay the bills on all the good intentions we're doing or completing the tasks that we're doing. We have to go with good enough. It's good enough. We can continue to build on this and work on this while we're falling. We're
Yeah.
not falling without a plane. We have a plane. We have structure. We have what we're doing. We know where it's going. We have had it designed and we know where we're going, but it's not absolutely perfect. Is it ever going to be perfect?
Yeah. No.
No, no, it's not. So take what you've got. You've worked on it for a week. Just what's your timeline?
Mm-hmm.
A month, a year. What's the project? The grandiose project probably took a year's worth of planning. The smaller projects, maybe a month. The much shorter term, maybe a week. At that point, it's ready. We have to launch it. Yes, you can change things as you're going down. Here's a for example. I used to work for a website development company. And this company was struggling to launch websites for the automotive repair industry. And it was getting to a point where it was like 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months from the date that they started and started paying that they're still not launched. They paid for
Mm.
there was one client paid for 2.5 years.
That's a long time. Yeah. Ah, ouch.
2.5 years. The company finally had to say, hey, look, bud, we understand you're busy. We know we're ending this relationship. We're not taking any more of your money because you're not going to get lost. So then we said, okay, what can we do that we can implement and launch these websites within 30 days?
Mm.
What's the biggest holdup? Getting pictures from the owner. Great. Can we put stock images in there as a placeholder?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It is a placeholder. I do not promote, endorse stock images on your website unless it's a placeholder. It's short term.
Mm.
Short term. Replace that sucker as quickly as you possibly can.
Mm-hmm.
Launch those websites, and then they got it down to a 30-day launch for these websites.
Mm.
What's the stock image? What that guy doesn't work for me. I know. We're waiting for your pictures. As soon as you give me the pictures, I will load it and it'll be done.
Yeah.
Got it. I just send, 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 send.
Yeah.
Click, click, click,
Yeah.
click, click, click. Boom. There
Yeah.
it is.
Oh, I love that. We Garth often talks about it with the software development that he does. The MVP is what they call it, the most viable product. And
Yeah.
so let's figure out the most viable product to get out the door right now. And we know there's going to be beta, version one, version two, version three, but let's
Going
get
in short
something.
sprints.
Yeah, yeah, get something out the door. I like that. So how would you apply that into your own life? Like as you, because you have adult children. You're older than me. You're so much wiser than me.
So your first is leaving the nest, and my last is leaving the nest.
Yeah.
That for a realization. Yeah, Luke graduates here May 22nd.
Yeah.
So
So
excited.
how do you help take all of this that we have and help apply it to our kids, our spouse, our family unit? Like
Yeah.
how do you take that implementation, input, wait, let's see, implementation and what's the other word?
Inspiration.
Inspiration. How do you apply that in your like personal life?
So let's go professional first, and then we can circle back on the
Okay.
personal side of things. So, on a professional point of view, what am I doing that helps me? Is my speech, is my presentation going to be perfect?
Mm,
No,
right.
no, not. It never will be. And I hope it never is perfect. I hope I'm always improving this concept, this idea, this presentation, this theory. There are principles that are true forever.
Mm-hmm.
Those will never change.
Yeah.
Okay, get that. But the stories that are told, the experiences that are shared, that can change and morph. In my own personal life, I know I'm not going to have perfect, but I do practice a presentation before I give it in front of an audience.
Hmm.
Many, many times people come up to me and say, "Oh my gosh, that was an amazing presentation. Thank you so much. How many times have you given this presentation?" And I have to say, well, publicly, this was the first time. What? This is the first time you gave that presentation? Yes, because privately, I've given it 20 times.
Mm. You've
I,
practiced.
I practice and I
Mm.
practice. So when you get further down the road, and that's my practice when I started, do I still do 20 times? Yes and no. So I just recently competed in a storytelling competition, and I lost track after 99 times of giving this presentation,
Wow.
5 minute speech. So it has to be pristine. You're wordsmithing
Yeah.
to eliminate the word it, things, the,
Yeah. Any fluff. You're getting rid of all the fluff.
and I didn't win. I got second place.
Oh,
And that's okay. I know it's not perfect. And even when I got there and I was so nervous. You get nervous.
yeah.
Breathe, 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 breathe as much as you can. Drink water, breathe,
Yeah.
because you're with your friends and you're telling a story. So that was the idea. And will I do it again? Yes, I'll compete again next year because it was so much fun. It was so much fun prepping for this and practicing for it. So
Yeah.
after 99 times of telling the story, I was still leaving parts out
Mm.
because I'm trying to match the time clock and still sound conversational and still try and tell a story and
Yeah.
have a point.
Man,
And
I want to hear the story now. Should we take 5 minutes and do your thing?
no, but we can come back to that because that's at the end of the March of the Eyes. So personally, what am I doing personally?
Well,
Um,
I think just what you said there, practice. I think practicing having conversations is a big deal. And something that we've done with our kids, which we're not perfect by any means, and we're just barely figuring this out, right? Like I tell Gracie all the time, you are my first 18-year-old. I don't know if I'm doing it right. And sometimes I'll say things and I'm like, okay, do we need to redo that whole conversation? Let's redo that. Let's back up. That did not land well. Like my intentions were that. I can tell from your face and my face like that's a practice round. Let's start again. And actually sometimes I will literally leave the room and ask her to leave the room and say like, "Okay, can we come back together and like total redo what we just did?" And practice.
yeah,
That's something that we've done. Which Adelaide, I've had 7 5-year-olds. I've
sure.
practiced talking to a 5-year-old and understanding what's extreme behavior, what's a phase, what will come pass in the night. Like, like all of those. That's part of the practice I've done as a parent,
Sure.
and and it's humbling and hard sometimes. And I have this relationship with my kids because we do QT time where we have this quality deep conversation time together that they say to me like, that really hurt my feelings. And I was like, oh, dang it. And they'll say things really raw that hurt my feelings. And, and I like break down into tears. I'm like, oh, dang, I'm glad that we're both trying because that's hard. It's hard.
Yeah, and that's what you want to have happen is that you're both trying. You both
Yeah.
trying. Once one half of the conversation decides to give up,
Mm,
then it's past.
mm,
And
yeah.
that's hard to recover from.
And
So if everybody's trying,
mom talks about that. Like if you drew a circle, hate and love are really close. And
yeah,
it's that passion. And on the other side of the circle is where there's
apathy.
apathy. Yeah. And that not caring and that just, yeah. Yeah. Excellent. Keep going.
And as families, we need to have a lot of love and grace and give a lot of love and grace to each other and mercy to say what you just said hurt me personally. I'm not going to take it personally. I think what you meant to say was something like this,
Hmm.
or
Or what I
would you
heard.
restate what you
Yeah.
said? Or yeah, what I heard was,
Yeah.
and that's, there's 6 ways of understanding every conversation.
There's only six.
There, there's more than six, but there's six that I can ramble off fairly quickly.
Okay.
Hey, there's what I said, there's what I thought I said, and there's what I meant to say.
Mm.
There's what you heard, and what you thought you heard, and what you thought I meant.
Mm. I like that.
And all of these conflict,
Yeah.
even though we're all still speaking English, even
Yeah.
though we're all speaking the same language, we're not communicating as well as it's just not perfect.
Yeah.
That's
Sometimes
okay.
some things that I've done with my kids, which and it really is Garth's example. Garth is very level-headed and just really great. And sometimes I'll say, "Can you text it to me?" And and maybe that helps them to process their words internally and then text it. And then I
Hmm.
know, and we'll like be sitting next to each other on the bed or whatever. Sometimes they've texted me and it was really offensive. Sometimes they've said it and it's really offensive. And we just kind of try again and say, because tone in text messages doesn't come across. You can read one thing in a lot of different tones. And so helping our kids understand that as they start to grow and become these adults of, did you mean it that way? And I'm going to take the best intention. If I get something and I could take it one way or the other way, I'm going to go in the light of you didn't mean to offend me.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's hard, especially if we're hungry or angry or tired. And
Which is 99% of the time. And I like what Gar said in your last padcast podcast, where two things that he said that I really caught me off guard and was like, oh, that's really good. Number one was that he believes that people, 99.9% of the time, people are good.
yeah,
When people say things, he puts on that filter. I feel like I do that pretty
yeah.
well as
Very
well.
positivity about you.
And then the second thing he said was, I don't know what's best for my kids.
Mm,
I don't know what's best for me. I was not raised in a time of 2025 when social media was so rampant and every kid had a cell phone and cyberbullying was a thing.
yeah.
I was raised in a time where we came home when the street lights went off.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's a different time. So, yeah, do I know what's best for my kids? No, but I can be a pretty good caddy,
Yeah.
give them advice, and ultimately it's their decision.
And right along with that is we can be better. We can be
Yeah.
better than what we were taught, better than what we've witnessed. We can, as, and maybe even that's communicating we're trying to be better. And, and coming from this place of curiosity that Garth always comes from, of I see that you're saying it this way and I see it this way. Like, how can we do this better? How can we be better? I like that a lot, Jimmy.
Yeah. Yeah. That's very cool. Very cool. So that leads to the story.
Oh, yes. Okay, wait. Before we tell the story, let's review because we have the I words:
Yes.
inquiry.
Inquiry and introspection leads to information, leads to inspiration, interchangeable with implementation. And the reason I say that's interchangeable because in your implementation phase, you're going to feel overworked, overcome, overwhelmed. You need inspiration to keep you going.
Mm,
So why? What's your why? Why are we doing this? What's your inspiration to keep it going? Who's your head cheerleader? Who's your head inspiration that's going to keep this movement happening? And then you go back into your implementation phases, and then you need some more inspiration, and then you're back into implementation.
yeah. And all of that for the 1% improvement.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love
Or,
it.
or the big grand goal.
Yeah.
The big grand goal could be I'm going to buy my dream car. I'm going to buy my dream house. I'm going to get my dream job. I'm going to.
Whatever it is. Yeah. What, what do you, what advice do you have when maybe a kid or you or me or a neighbor or whoever it is doesn't really have a dream yet? Doesn't know what their dream is. They're learn I don't know, they're a little bit lost. What do you do with somebody that's a little bit lost?
Someone who's not a dreamer. That's an interesting question. I think, ooh, I think that they need to start small.
Mm.
What's your dream for today?
Hmm.
What do you want to do today? What do you want to accomplish? Okay. Now that you've accomplished the daily goals, the daily dreams, what's a something that takes a little bit longer, requires a little bit more deferred gratification? What's something a little bit bigger? So maybe you go from I want to buy a video game to I want to buy a bike.
Hmm.
What are you going to do? Well, how are you going to get there? What's the plan? What's the dream? Start small and work your way up.
Yeah, I think we were raised that way a lot.
Mhm.
I think mom did that with us quite a bit. And dad with his weekly family
Calendaring.
councils that we would do every week. And yeah,
Get out your family calendars. Yeah, you and Troy got to go first because you had the attention span of a newt.
which I did not know because obviously I was there every week and I was telling everybody about my Barbie plan for that week, which wasn't Barbie, it was Hot Wheels because I had all brothers. You didn't play Barbies. But my memories of looking back on that is of course I had great input at those meetings. And now I look at my kids and I'm like, no, the younger kids have no input at these meetings. But I never knew that until I was in my 30s with small children.
Yes, but and the point is you gave them a voice. You gave them the
Yes.
ability to give their input, and so they found their confidence, they found their voice, and they felt as though they were being part
Yeah.
of the conversation. And that's important.
Yeah. It you're just so much wiser than me now. I really wish we had video of those meetings to
Oh,
see. Dad was consistent. I will say that is one
yeah.
thing. He was so
He,
consistent to have those regular meetings that it's hard to do that.
yeah. It is. It really is. That consistency, that did very well. He was very consistent. I'm not as consistent.
I'm not
Put it on the
either.
calendar. It comes up every Sunday at 6 o'clock. Huh, family calendars. Uh-huh.
See, we do it, but
Oh, I
it
need to do it better.
I mean, it's a matter of survival to do it. Like we just have so many people in so many different directions that
Yeah.
we have to do it. And I have a like digital calendar that has everybody's. It looks like a doctor's office on my digital calendar, and it has where everybody is, so we don't forget anybody, especially Astrid. She's the one that we don't want to forget. That middle child syndrome, and she's so gracious when she may have been forgotten and has to wait a little bit longer for someone to come and get her. And yeah.
Oh, do you remember the whole days when we would sit and wait for an hour for somebody to show up?
Yeah. Well, how did we do it? We didn't have cell phones. Like, I'm
We
so,
just waited. I know mom's coming eventually, or grandma or dad. I'll just sit here and wait.
yeah.
And eventually, if you're like, all right, I'm at the library. I've drinking all the water. I've gone to the restroom multiple times. It's been an hour. Then you're calling. May I borrow your phone, please? I need to call my mother and see if she's on her way here.
Or if she remembers I'm here.
Or if she remembers. Yeah, and usually it was, oh my gosh, oh, Grandma, can you go? Okay.
Oh, yes. It builds character.
Yes, yes. I think children these days need that QT time, that solitude,
Mm.
not isolation, but just solitude, time to be bored and time to think and time to.
Yeah, we have it's interesting, Dr. Larson's podcast that we have about being bored, and he talks about the statistics of broken bones has gone down significantly. And it's because kids aren't bored.
They're not outside.
they don't have time to risk and do dumb things. And that's where you learn about physics, and that's where you learn about complications of doing dumb things. And
Oh
yeah.
yeah, that was JD. He had this huge scratch on his back. Dude, what happened there? Oh, I fell off the wall. Fell off the wall? Yeah. How'd you fall off the wall? The wall in the backyard, the one that's 8, 9, 10 feet in the air.
Yeah.
I was riding my bike on the wall.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I'm glad you're okay. But I guess we're not doing that anymore, are we? And he's like, yeah, no, we're good.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. That's funny. Yeah.
But not only was it the wall, it was the capstones on the
Oh my
wall. He's riding.
gosh. Oh, that's fantastic. But it's good for him. Like that is exactly what we're saying. Get kids out to do. So in September, we are putting on a big community effort to do more social, less media. And
Bring your kids. We're gonna break the bones.
yet, we're going to line them up and break all their bones. No, we're going to talk about different ideas of how to help kids to go out and be independent. And this pendulum has swung of like, I'm going to protect you and make you safe. And then they've gone online and into social
Yeah.
spheres. That's not safe. So let's get them back into the ride their bikes to the library and ride their bikes on the 10-foot wall in the backyard and learn about physics and all of those things. Okay, bring us home with, I keep
But
interrupting you and lingering
to
longer.
the story.
The story.
I am a Cub Scout. I'm transitioning to a Boy Scout. So it's right in that middle phase. As a Weeblo, you're transitioning to Blazers. Back in the day, it was called
Yeah.
Blazer.
I
So I
have
was,
one that age right now. That's
oh,
Jameson's age.
Jameson's age.
Yeah.
So imagine Jameson. And by the way, it was in April
Oh,
that this
it is
happened.
April.
And it is April, 40 years ago.
Oh my word. You're
Just
old.
cut it out. So the Scoutmaster comes to you, Jamie, and says, Jamie, we're going to take Jameson with us to this camporee. It's at the end of the month, and we're going to go to this camporee, and it's going to be awesome. It's going to be so much fun. And your concerns are, he's never been camping without his dad before. He's never gone camping with the Boy Scouts, with the troop. He's the youngest. Is Jameson a brand new 11-year-old?
Yeah, we'll see, and he'll actually turn 11 in May. So he's,
Okay, brand new. So I had turned 11 in February, and now it's April. I'm in the first trimester of my 11 hood.
yeah.
And so I'm at the scout camporee, and I'm going around and I'm just loving all these events and all these tying knots and sharpening knives and bow and arrows and throwing axes and first aid and bandages, just having a ball. And I'm off doing my thing. And the senior patrol leader tells me, he says, look, we always win the grand prize.
This is a youth. A senior patrol leader would be a
Senior
youth.
patrol leader, yeah, he's Lance Bonney. Lance is a few years older than me. He might have been 14 or 15 or something like that.
Okay.
So I'm at the front. I'm the newest, the youngest, the shortest. So I'm at the front of the group as we're at the final camporee awards ceremony. We didn't win. We didn't even win a spatula. Nothing. I turn around after the final, do you know the Muffin Man who lives on Drury Lane? We're doing that cheer, and I turn around to cheer with my buddies. Gone.
Oh,
Gone.
your troop is gone?
My troop is gone. There's nobody behind me. They had all tapped each other and said, "Hey, no, we didn't win anything. We're out of here. We don't want to do the final cheer. We don't want to. We're going to go. The van's loaded. Let's go." Well, I didn't get tapped out, or if I did, I didn't notice
Oh no.
because we're at the final. Do you know the Muffin Man? I turn around. They're gone. Instantly, I felt alone, abandoned. Like, where am I being punked? What's going on here?
Yeah.
Maybe they went back to the campsite. So I go to the campsite and it's all uphill, of course. And you can't run because it's camping. I've been yelled at a couple times already to not run in camp. So I'm going all the way back up to the campsite. No tents, no camp chairs, no backpacks, no vans, no fire, nothing. It is a ghost town.
Oh my word.
Where is everybody? Maybe they're in the parking lot. Down the parking lot. No vans. Maybe they left me here. Maybe I can get into the cabin. I saw that there was a phone in the, maybe there's a phone in the cabin. Maybe I can get in there totally locked up. Fort Knox. You're not getting in.
Oh my word.
What am I going to do?
Yeah.
I can either sit here and wait for who knows how long for somebody to notice that I'm missing.
Wait, I want to add something here. If you're 11 and it's April, I'm born on April 12th of your 11th year. So mom is like 9 months pregnant, having a baby any second. Okay.
This was the 11th
The 11th of April?
that I'm telling you this story was the 11th of April.
Okay, so mom is literally having a baby on the next day, the 12th. I'm
Yeah.
born.
Not to get ahead of the story, but you're getting ahead of the story.
Yeah, okay, but that just blew my mind to sit in mom's seat for a second of your son. Okay,
Okay.
sorry.
So here we are, and I'm deciding, am I going to stay here? Because clearly somebody is going to notice I'm missing. That ride home must have been so quiet and boring. I wasn't there.
Right.
Certain. Or do I start walking? Because if I
Walking?
wait,
We're,
how I'm at Camp Potosi. I'm 28 miles from home.
oh my gosh.
I'm up on a mountain. This is on the way to Pahrump.
Oh
You know
my
that
gosh.
that Blue Diamond Road that goes
Yeah.
up and over to Pahrump. So I'm 2 miles back in on a dirt
Wait,
road
so
at
now
scout
everybody
camp.
else at the camp is gone.
Not yet. So
Okay.
I'm here deciding what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to walk. I'm going to have to walk. I'm going to have to make this trek. I'm not going to sit here and wait for who knows. I'm in shorts and a jacket, but it's April in the mountains at 5,000 feet elevation. It's cold, starting to get colder.
Yeah.
I'm going to walk home. Okay, how am I going to do this? I walk down the hill, the freeway, Blue Diamond, down to I-15, I-15 to Sahara, Sahara, over to Richfield to
Oh wait, you know
Alcoa.
this.
I'm home.
In your head,
I
you're
know
doing
this.
that. Oh my gosh.
I'm doing
Okay.
this. I'm like, okay, so wait a second. Okay, what's that road called? Okay, what if mom and dad try to come find me? What road would they come to try? Because I want to be on that road. Maybe I can do. Wait a second. There's that one gas station out in the middle of nowhere on Blue Diamond. Maybe if I can get there, I can borrow their phone.
Oh my gosh.
So I decide I'm going to start walking.
Okay.
So I'm walking down this dirt road. Have you ever walked on a dirt road in Vegas? I know you have. What
Yeah.
happens?
It's hot and dusty and
Dust. It just clouds you. So I'm now pretty white, covered in dust, walking down this road. Meantime, at the church, everybody's coming picking up their kids. Everybody's coming picking up their kids. Whose backpack is this? Oh, that's Jimmy's. I thought he was with you. I thought he was with you. We left him on the mountain.
oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, panic, chaos ensued right after that. Nose goes. Who lost had to deliver the backpack. Craig Fabi delivered the backpack to mom and dad. Knocks on the door. Um, we left your son on the mountain. Here's his backpack. But don't worry, it's Jimmy. He's resourceful.
That's what they said?
That's what they said. Dropped off the backpack, turned around and left.
They weren't gonna go get you?
No, nobody.
What?
was going to go get me.
Oh my word.
Can you imagine how
No.
mad was at
Oh
Ken
yeah.
Thompson, Jim Bonney, Craig Fabby? I
Yeah.
mean, I'm calling you boys out because you were my scoutmaster. So none of them were going to go back to get me. Meanwhile, back on this dusty dirt road, I'm almost all the way down to the main road.
Which is like gonna, like, how many miles do you think that you've walked now?
2 miles.
Two
It's 2 miles.
miles. And
Two
you
miles
are
from the.
11.
I'm a new 11. I'm almost to the gates. I can see the gates, and there's headlights that come behind me. Now, by the way, vans have passed me, trucks have passed me.
Oh my gosh.
I'm a lone scout walking on a dirt road.
Nobody thought, like, hey, look at that 10-year-old, 11-year-old.
Why is he? Oh, he must be that kid. I'll bet his troop's down here at the bottom of the street, and he was being disruptive. So that's the kid. He had to walk by.
Oh,
So I'm almost to the road. Headlights come up behind me, and it's a red Volkswagen. The two female camp directors, they're completely exhausted. They look as tired as I felt. They were, what are you doing? Walking home. Why are you walking home? Troop left me on the mountain, so I'm walking home. Do you want to ride? Sure, I guess so. What they asked was, do you know where you live? Do you know how to get there? And I'm like, well, yeah, of course I know where I live. I know how to get there.
yeah.
So I get in the car with them. I actually fall asleep on the way. I'm exhausted. I mean,
Yeah.
you imagine emotionally, you are just so wound up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, now I'm safe. I'm with these women that are taking me.
Yeah. Hey, your fish paused. Okay. I feel better now.
So then, man, remember, drop off the backpack. He's resourceful. Resourceful. Dude's 11. What, are you kidding me? So
Yeah.
they close the door. Mom and dad look at each other and they're frozen. Frozen. What are we going to do? Dad runs up, grabs his keys, comes back. They're looking at each other. Where are you going to go? I don't know, but I'm not going to stay here hoping he shows up. They fall to their knees. They pray,
Oh.
knock at the door, and I walk in.
Oh my word.
Dusty, dirty, totally covered, head to toe. They looked at me like I had won the war, and I was like, don't worry about it. I got it. Got it all handled.
Oh my word.
So from that experience,
Wait, did
I
the women
accredit,
come in? The like that drop? No, they just dropped you at the door.
yeah,
Oh my word.
yeah, they drove off.
Oh my gosh. I cannot imagine this. So, and this is April 11th.
Yeah,
Okay. So
you're
from that
born.
experience.
You're born the next day.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's insane, Jimmy. I did not know that story.
True story. So from that story, I am very uh, um, deliberate to make sure we don't leave anybody behind. The first time I was a scoutmaster, I'm a scoutmaster of the 11-year-old scout. So now I'm with the age I was left.
Yeah.
Go on our very first camp out, and there were like 3 or 4 boys. So I've got another leader with me. We're in a tent. They're in a tent. I didn't sleep. I didn't sleep. I couldn't sleep. I heard every cricket. I heard every coyote. I heard every sound in my mind. It's racing. What if they night walk? What if they sleepwalk?
Oh
What if an
my.
animal gets them? We're in Valley of Fire. Are no animals.
They-
What if somebody comes and kidnaps them? And I mean, I was just, it took me probably 3 or 4 more campouts before I could finally sleep during
oh
the night.
my goodness.
And this is now, we implemented the count off in the troop. So they knew when the count off meant you start at the oldest down to the youngest, and the youngest isn't there. Okay, hold on. Where is
Okay.
it? You guys do count off, don't
We
you?
totally do count off. I did not know that it originated from the day before I was born, that's why the count off is a thing.
Yeah. Yep. So we did the count off because that has to happen. We cannot leave anybody behind.
Oh my goodness.
That is the birth of a whole lot of leadership skills, leadership training, teamwork skills, teamwork training, all of that, which is huge.
So, do you think that the training came because of that, or do you think you are who you are? Like, it's a chicken and an egg thing, I guess. What is?
Yeah, I think they both came at the same time. The skill was so they call it natural ability. Somebody has natural ability. They're a natural athlete.
Mhm.
Well, they've worked on it. Yes, they have some natural tendencies, but it is in them innately. So I think it was definitely woken up that self-confidence that I can do anything.
Mm.
I can do anything. Impossible? All right, hold my water. I'll show you.
Yeah.
I can do the impossible. There's nothing I can't do. And I believe that. And mom raised us and she taught us that and
Yeah.
enforced that there's nothing I can't do and do it well. State swimming, ballroom dancing, ballet dancing, tap dancing, the trombone, drum major, um, you name it. The list goes on and on and on.
Yeah.
And so choose what you want to be involved in. Choose what you want to be involved in for sure. So the leadership was definitely woken up in that experience, and from that point, I was a senior patrol leader in the troop. I was the senior patrol leader at scout camp. I was there for 6 weeks. I'm the youngest kid there, and the staff troop voted me as the senior patrol leader.
Oh, that's awesome.
No, that's crazy. That's ridiculous. Who
Yeah.
does it?
Yeah.
I'm the drum major. Yeah, the drum major of the high school band. You got 200 people, and you're trying to direct them and guide them and make sure they all go in the right direction. It's there. It's
Yeah.
there. Yeah. It was definitely awoken that self-confidence. There was definitely a awakening that happened with that. And then studying leadership past that.
Yeah. Do you think that you draw on that moment? Like, do you really recall going back to yourself as an 11-year-old saying, I can do this?
I don't, I no, I really don't. In fact, I remember being left there, but I didn't remember the whole story. So I told
Mm.
mom and dad this story, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, let me tell you it from our point of view.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's what you didn't know about that story. They weren't going to come back to get you. Greg Pappy dropped your backpack and left. The camp directors dropped you on the sidewalk and drove away, and you just walked in like nothing was happening. Like what the story from their point of view, I just knew that I wanted to get home. I had a plan. I can go this route, or I can sit here and wait for somebody to show up and come and get me.
Yeah.
So you learn from that is nobody's coming for you. Nobody's going to come rescue you or get you. What are you going to do to survive or to thrive or to advance yourself? Uh, what are you going to do?
Hmm.
Sitting here and waiting is an option. Sure, absolutely. It's an option. That's not an option that I wanted to take. And in full disclosure, the Boy Scouts teach you that if you're lost, sit down and stay where you are. Don't keep getting lost.
Yeah. More lost and more lost and more lost.
But I was a brand new scout, and that training wasn't for another day or two.
That was next weekend.
That was next weekend. That was the next camp out. So I definitely developed that attitude of I can go and do.
Mhm.
I can make it happen. I can make it happen.
I, you have lived that life. Yeah. I, I could always count on calling you and knowing it would happen.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. I mean, even. Yeah, there's lots of other things in your life that I think that also show that. That's a neat story. I like that story.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. So the March of the Eyes, that as a presentation or as a keynote speech, I was given carte blanche for a presentation in the automotive industry in Seattle, Washington. She says, you can talk about whatever you want,
Mm,
which you would think, oh, this is freedom. I can speak about whatever I want. And it's like, oh
yeah.
crap. Oh, it's so many options now. I have to narrow it down to one or two. So I'm thinking and I'm thinking and I'm thinking as I'm laying in bed. So I'm able to rewind my dreams and replay my dreams. And if I don't like something that happens in a dream, I'll replace it and do something else and do it
We
differently.
we have that imaginary remote control. We talk about that. I
Do
remember
you?
as a child you doing that for me when I was sleeping in our makeshift bunk bed when I was underneath you and you were 16 and I was
Uh,
4 or 5 and you would teach me about that remote control and have me hold it and have me rewind my dreams and play my dream. I distinctly remember that as a kid, and I have done it with all of my kids. And at QT time, we talk about what they're going to dream about and hold their remote, and they can change the channel, or they can turn up the volume or turn down the volume, or rewind
nice.
and replay. That yeah, I'd forgotten that you had taught me that.
Well,
But
I'm
all my
glad I
kids know
did.
that. And I have actually, because we have talked about it, and I've reminded my kids, Uncle Jimmy's given me this remote, and I'm going to give it to you. Jimmy, my
Yeah.
brother.
So here I am playing all these ideas. And for a decade or more, I had traveled all over the United States, been in all 50 states, looking at different shops, been inside of shops and businesses to see what makes them unique and operate and what is their unique selling proposition. They all work on vehicles, they all work on cars, they all do this, but what's the differentiator? And so what makes the difference between a good and well operating machine and a poorly operating machine is leadership and teamwork.
Mm,
And it became the march of the eyes.
yeah.
What do you do when you are frozen? When you're in the fetal position and you don't know what to do next? You need to ask questions. You need to inquire. You need to introspect and discover you can't do it on your own. You need a team. You need
Mm,
people. You can't do it all on your own. And that's what happens in the automotive industry. That's what happens with me as well. I think I can do it all on my own, but I can't. I need a team. I need people on my team. So you gather information from there, you implement. And that's the hardest part is the implementation.
mm,
There's people that come to us as a coaching company and they want to be better, they want to improve. But do they really?
mm.
If you don't do the homework, if you don't read the assignments, if you don't look at the articles, if you're not willing to do and you postpone our meetings, you miss our meetings, you clearly we're not charging you enough yet because this doesn't hurt enough for you to change.
Yeah, or to prioritize. Yeah.
Yeah. So in fact, we've had situations with shops where they'll be on a scholarship
Hmm.
because they've got no skin in the game. They have all dropped.
Mm, interesting.
They've all maintained their status quo. I don't know any of them that have significantly scaled, escalated, or graduated, if you will, and are super successful. There is one, and that one wasn't a full scholarship from the institute. It was another icon in the industry says, "I'll pay half their tuition," and the institute says, "We'll pay the other half."
Mm,
And they did that for 3 months. And at the end of 3 months, then the shop had to pay half. And at the end of 6 months, they were on for the full tilt.
mm. So having
So,
skin in the game helps,
yeah, yep. And the more painful it is, the more you will change.
right? What's the saying about in your comfort zone? Like change doesn't happen or improvement or I don't know. You don't get better when you're comfortable.
Yeah, no, my comfy spot.
Yeah. Yeah. So, all I can think about as we talk about these stories is I mean, I very much lead like you're talking, and 2020 like really rocked the world. That
Mm.
pandemic, and I know you went through difficult personal things. We went through difficult Mom was going through hard things. Like what advice would you go back and give yourself in 2020 to get through some of that hard stuff?
Uh, I would probably give myself the same advice that I gave myself, which was circle the wagons, trust your people, trust your family, trust your friends, circle your wagons, evaluate what's going on, and then keep moving forward.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's very close to your inspiration and implementation, coming back to that.
Yeah,
That really is how we got out of it. It was hard.
yeah, yeah. That was hard times, especially with mom.
Yeah. And now here we are, 5 years. Can you believe it's been 5 years?
How about that?
I know. It's it's amazing. What do you see happening for you in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, I see me at the end of 5 years being a millionaire.
Hmm,
Hmm. And that'll come with a combination of what we're doing with the Institute as well as public speaking.
that's awesome. That's a good trajectory.
That's the plan.
So what would you tell your future Jimmy in 5 years?
We had to work our butt off to get here, so you better not mess it up. It's taken a lot of information and inspiration and implementation. And Cephas, if you move and that rock rolls down that hill, I'm gonna be very upset. Yeah, as long as Atlas doesn't shrug and drop the rock,
We'll
we'll
be
be good.
okay. Yeah. Yeah, I sometimes I feel like the little sandpiper in that short Pixar movie that gets washed away in the waves until he learns how to dig down deep and stay under the water and find the good stuff. You know,
Yes.
that's very much how my journey has been in trying to learn and then go out and teach others. And that's exactly what that little sandpiper does. And that's where you're at. You're at a place where you have implemented it. You've been through hard times. You've seen hard times. You've seen improvement. And now here you are helping others.
Yeah, I hope I'm helping others. That's the desire to inspire, to
Yeah.
influence.
Inspire and influence.
Eyes.
You have a lot of eyes. I like eyes. I like alliteration.
Yeah, yeah. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. There's 17 more eyes for us to talk about, but that's another day.
Excellent. We will have you on again because this podcast is not going away.
All right.
I I thoroughly enjoy talking to people and I love hearing the stories that you have to say. And I love um I don't know. We have a lot of good memories. You used to French braid my hair when I was a little girl.
Did. Yep.
And Astrid, when we were almost every time we French braided her hair, we'd FaceTime you and you'd tell stories and like you're just a really fun uncle.
Yep. Well, I'm glad you told her about the snarls and
Yeah.
the lions and the kitty cats and oh, this is a little one.
Yep. Yep. Okay, we're going to wrap up, but I want to know your final thoughts on being better, especially the audience of my kids as they're entering out into the world and becoming who they need to become.
Be better, be better, be better. All right. So my advice for your children would be uh, there are things that you don't want to do, and I know that, and I understand that. There's things I don't want to do as well. So if you dedicate 5 minutes to it, just start doing it and do it for 5 minutes. You'll be amazed at how much you can finish in 5 minutes. And maybe you don't get the full project done, but maybe that 5 minutes inspires you to finish it in the next 12. And now you've got it done. You don't have to worry about it anymore. And this goes back to advice I got from Kent Lee and Carl, because Eric and I used to play a game called Kent Lee and Carl. We pretend to be Kent Lee and Carl. They were my idols.
So Kentley, I did a podcast with Kentley. It'll come
Did
out
you
soon.
really?
Yeah, it's on Be
Oh, that's cool.
Righteous. It is amazing. It is really, really cool.
So did he say, do what needs to be done, when it needs to be done, and here's his add-on, whether you want to or not?
He did not. We did not talk about that, but
Do what needs to be done, when it needs to be done, whether you want to or not. So I've given this advice to a lot of people, and I've heard other people say, well, whether people are watching or not.
mm,
Well, yeah, okay. And there's some integrity that comes into that, that if you are procrastinating because other people are watching you or not watching you, well, then don't. Do what needs to be done, when it needs to be done, whether you want to or not.
that is really good advice.
That goes into integrity, another I.
I love your eyes. Oh, I really want to hear all your eyes now. Do you have a list of the 17? Can you read it off to me?
Yeah, no,
Why
you
not?
have to have me back. I can't give that away. This is
Oh,
a teaser. I'm teasing.
I like this and I want to do another one. All right. We will schedule another podcast. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here, Jimmy, my brother.
Jamie, my sister.